What's up, guys? We are here with Metro Last Light. Today is time for a regret rating review. As you can see, this is the title introduction loading screen thing that you get every time you start up the game, which is pretty awesome. Then we end up in our little buggy here, but here we are, Metro Last Light regret rating. Let's see how this game compares to our others that we have reviewed so far. So here we go. Metro Last Light is a single-player, first-person shooter game in Russia, I think, and there's Nazis in it, and there's communists in it, and then there's the people that live in the metro in it, that is us, the person that we're playing. So, here we go, there's monsters, there's nukes that have been released on some strange creatures called Dark Ones. They're like these big, scary, Slender Man-looking black things, and they basically nuked them all. Killed most of them. There's one last one surviving in this playthrough, and we basically failed to capture it, and then we got captured by the Nazis instead. It was a weird thing going on, but anyway, that is a short introduction to what the story is all about. So there's monsters, and then there's evil humans that you've got to fight against as well, in an action stealth based. So there's two different play modes as well you can pick. So you can either go to the way of a stealthy playthrough, more of a stealth orientated, slower paced, more survival based, so ammo is a lot less plentiful, same with other resources. Or you can pick the mode that I'm playing in, which is a bit more faster paced, a bit more action, a bit more combat related type stuff, and ammo is obviously kind of everywhere, so you rarely run out if you're fighting stuff all the time because every single person has ammo on them and that kind of thing. So there's different things there. There's also a normal difficulty level. There's harder difficulty levels as you go down. And it's very customizable in that way that you will enjoy this game. So, like I have very much enjoyed this game. So I'll go into the regret rating things here very quickly. I think it'll be nice and short and sweet today this time. So value for money, let's go with that. I paid £8 for this game, plus 2033. So Metro 2033 is the first game that was made of the Metro series, and then this is Last Light, which is the second produced game, and it kind of continues on from the story of the original. And this game I bought for £8 plus 2033, which is the original game. So as a combination, if you split the cost 50-50, it's £4 for each game, which is a massive, massive, awesome deal. So this is on PC I'm talking about anyway. I bought it off eBay, of course. But anyway, so yeah, value for money, huge value for money. Quality of the game, oh, sorry, forgot something. Not many DLCs, no. Once you buy this game, you get the whole game in its entirety. It is finished and it is beautiful. And they actually remade this game from the original, so the Redux version is the newer version of the game that basically boosts up the quality and the graphics and changes some key things in the game, like more boxes opening and stuff, so like lockers and more searching for things in nooks and crannies and stuff. And they've adjusted a few bits and pieces there, so definitely get the Redux version, it's very good. The other thing, let's move on to quality. Quality is very good, I would say. Quite good on PC. Yes, so Metro Last Light is available on all consoles and PC, and the thing that usually happens with these kind of games, I'm talking about single player specifically, or like a story mode based game. So they'll make it really good on console and put all the effort into that, and then they'll transfer it over to PC to make a PC version, and they don't really transfer over in the best way, so there's lots of issues with it loading and stuff. As seen in Resident Evil all the time, I would not get Resident Evil on PC ever again, or probably even on console because their company annoys me. But anyway, so we're not talking about that now. Quality is very good in this game. I have rarely had an issue where it's frozen on me or crashed my computer or anything like that. Just loads up straight away. There's obviously the introduction screen that comes up every time. There's definitely ways to get around that, but I'm not too bothered. It doesn't last that long. And then after that, the graphics. So you can set up all of your graphics in here. So here we go. Video, you can set up your resolution. It goes all the way up to this one. That's as high as it goes. So you can only have 1440p as a max. Quality, you can set to very high. I've just used high for my recording software. SSAA, texture filtering, motion blur, tessellation, VSync, all that good stuff. So you can customize a bit of the graphics there, but it is a very well made game, I would say, and I haven't had any issues with how it looks. The quality is really up there, to be honest. There are not many bugs. I haven't come across any kind of bugs with NPCs or dialogues or anything like that, so everything's gone very smoothly for me so far in the over an hour of gameplay that I've had. Almost 2 hours of gameplay, so far so good. The other thing that I will say as we move on to features is that this is heavily story based. Obviously it's based on a book, so you get a huge immersion into the story while you play this game, so you feel like you're in it. You feel like you're the main character actually in the story, and you feel all the emotions that come with that. So you've been trapped, you've been captured, you've been taken over by these creepy black things and all this stuff. So the huge plus for this game is that it's a very strong story behind it. It's very well made with the story, so it kind of reminds me of the old Medal of Honor, like the first few Medal of Honor games that were obviously based on real events, so the story was quite good. A very heavy based story there, and the campaigns were long, they were meaningful, you achieved a lot of stuff in them, you've reached checkpoints, you've had to accomplish specific missions and things like that. So it reminds me a lot of that, which I haven't experienced in quite some time. A lot of the time these games nowadays, the first person shooter games, they will be a short campaign just to, entertain people for a while, but the main focus will be on the multiplayer side of things, and you'll just get that 20 on 20 people or whatever just shooting each other the whole time, which that's fine, it's fun, it's good for people that don't have lots of time, that's perfect. But this game actually worked a lot into their campaign. There's no multiplayer on here, so the whole game is focused around the main story of it, and how well that whole story is represented by the gameplay. So the developers obviously put a lot of effort into this, and you can tell. So this game is actually single player first person shooter, so unfortunately you can't play this with a friend, even though that would be really nice, but most of the time you've got an NPC with you or helping you. They aren't always useless either, so that's good. Like Pavel, our friend, as you can see in part 2, helped us quite a bit. There's a lot of teamwork going on there to escape. Not any real skill points or anything like that. It is just like your weapon, the weapons you find and loot, and the ammo you get. You can buy new stuff from the shops in the town and things like that. So from that perspective, it is very, very good. You are in the story. It's very well made. It's very streamlined. So those are all the pros. Very pro. So the cons, let's move on to that. The cons are that it is a single player, so if you wanted a co-op game, unfortunately this will not give you that experience. Linear storyline for the most part, you just kind of follow through, but you don't feel like you're totally restricted, such as Resident Evil. You feel like you're going through the story, but you actually want to follow the story, so it doesn't feel like you're trapped in this bubble that you've got to follow along and you got to go through and play through. You're like in the action, in the adventure of the story. So it is linear, but not in a bad way. And there's also lots of exploration and lots of opening boxes and things, kind of like Borderlands looting stuff, so that's good. I've kind of gone into the pros again. So this game has a lot of pros, as you can see. I'm really enjoying it. I don't really have many bad things to say about it, to be honest. The first thing that I noticed, though, we're moving along tracks. Anyway, so the title screen is pretty cool as well, as you can see. The other thing to point out is when I first got into the game, into the first thing when we actually rode the metro into the first section, I noticed some graphical issues at the beginning, but I think I just had my quality settings set up a bit funny, so it appeared weird and there was like some flashing lights and stuff, but that's all sorted now. I haven't run into that ever since then. The other con is you've got checkpoints to reach, so as for lots of, linear story-based games, you've got to reach the checkpoint in order to save your progress in order to exit the game. So you'll see the saving disc on there and everything. So when you exit the game, it'll take you back to the last checkpoint reached, which is usually not that far away, to be honest. So not too big of a deal there. And that's really all the cons I've got so far. Well, maybe if you're not into swearing, don't buy this game, because there is a lot of swearing. There is a lot of swearing. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Friends, so the friend feature of this game is 0, because there are no friends allowed in this game. It's just you and them in the game. And there we go. That's all I've got to say on that. And can your computer run it? It should be able to. I would say yes. There are settings here that we can use to reduce the graphical strain on your computer. I had it on very high for everything and was recording from my graphics card, so it actually did strain it a bit, so there was a bit of not lining up with the audio and the video that I was doing, so I had to adjust for that. So I've changed the quality to high instead of very high, and it still looks just the same. To be honest, I can't really tell that there's any difference, but it did reduce the strain on my computer. Obviously you can go to medium or low, so you should be able to run it at one of those quality settings without too much trouble. It is an older game after all, even though it's been redone, so the quality can go up to 1440p quite well. The quality can also go quite low, and it won't really strain your computer that much. Obviously I'll put the system requirements of this game into the video for you guys to see. So overall, Metro Redux scores a -5 in regret rating, which means that I really do not regret buying this game. I'm glad it was shown to me. I'm kind of sad that not many people know about it. Like, it's not that popular, it's not that well known, because it is a really well made game for the story and the immersiveness of it and the atmosphere. Of course, you feel like you're there. You're in it, you know? And I haven't gotten that feeling from a game in a while. They feel very rushed, mass produced. Just, it takes a lot of people to make a good game these days, and obviously bigger companies want profit, so that's what kind of happens. The quality of them drops a lot. So this is a very well made game, I would say. If you get the chance, definitely try it out. It is very cheap, it won't cost you very much, and it's well worth the price, I would say. So yes, highly recommended. Highly recommended. Very glad I bought it, and I'm very grateful to Alyssa who recommended it to me and showed it to me in the first place, because I've looked through tons of games. Usually they were multiplayer, that's why I never come across it. But this one is very, very good. So thank you so much for watching this regret rating. I hope you found this information useful. If you've got any questions, feel free to comment down below and I'll be happy to answer them. And yes, click that like button if you did find this helpful. If you were looking to buy this game but weren't sure if it was for you, but this helped, then I'm glad that worked. And obviously subscribe for more. I'm going to continue with these regret ratings in the future. And hopefully it'll be some good consumer advice based on the gameplay that we've received, because there are a lot of games obviously that are very built up in the anticipation of being good, and everyone thinks they're very good, and then you go to play it and it's just not for you. So this is hopefully to avoid that happening, and I don't think this game was a waste of money at all. I actually want to continue with it, to be honest. I want to keep going with the story and see where it leads me. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll let you go now. I won't take up too much more of your time. And yeah, I mostly just have good things to say about this game, and I wish it was more popular. I wish it was more well advertised as an awesome game to play. You can look at the Steam ratings, they're all very high. So yeah, there we have it. Metro Redux, Last Light and 2033 all in one bundle for £8. Buy it, just do it, give it a go. It will not negatively affect your life. Alright, thanks a lot for watching, guys. See you again next time.